my dear friends. Here I am with my best buddy, Ronald McDonald, here on the campus of Bakersfield Memorial Hospital. Today, I am going to give you a virtual tour of this beautiful, brand new 2,500 square foot home. And I want you to know that this facility, this home, this residence is home away from home for families whose children are hospitalized for many weeks. Your donations will go to making them comfortable over the next year. Hi, welcome to this small but mighty house. I want to introduce you to the director, Scarlett Sabin, here at the house. I've known her since 2009. The original home opened in 2009. And when we say small but mighty, it was small back then, and they've housed over 5,000 families since 2009. So here we have the lobby, which the original house did not have a lobby. This is the wall that's all history. Up here we have Merle Haggard with his famous saying, "Truly the house that love built. It belongs to the community." The ribbon cutting was on July the 11th last year. This house now is 2,500 square feet. We go down the hall to the left. We're kind of entering the older house, the small, and wait until you see this gourmet kitchen. Okay, my dear friends, you would love to come down here and volunteer your time. You can come here and cook a meal once a month, and they would love it. Off to the right, we've got the common area, and then over here is the laundry room, and the lockers, and the dining room. Okay, so down here we have 2 bedrooms, and a nap room. Now these are for people that are staying at the house for less than 2 weeks. I love this because I know how many people volunteer. I know the staff. They all have their own office now. This is gorgeous. And then Scarlett has her own office finally. And off to the right, there's 2 more. And then I really want you to go in and be my guest to this beautiful, sunshiny suite where every family has a story. Welcome to ours. As we start to exit to go out into the backyard, I would be so remiss in not showing you all these different plaques. These have been donations for these rooms from different families, from different clubs. Come on, follow me. Let's go outside. My favorite place on this campus is the Ronald McDonald bench. It's fun, it's happy, and that's what these families need. Okay, friends, here I am with good old Ronnie. And I sent you a few weeks ago an email to join my team. And I know that many of you have told me I didn't even realize that there was a Ronald McDonald House here in Bakersfield on the campus of Memorial Hospital. Now I've given you a virtual tour, and I want you to join my team because this beautiful home provides normalcy for those families when their whole lives are upside down. Their babies are in NICU or PICU, but they find normalcy here.
Yay, it's time to get up for kids. Walk for kids. Walk 2021. Let's go. Let's go.
And good morning, everyone. Happy Saturday. I'm Alex Fisher along with Scarlett Saban. We are so excited that you're joining us this morning for the Bakersfield Ronald McDonald House 2021 Walk for Kids.
While we are virtual once again this year, our mission remains the same, raising funds to help keep families close while their child is hospitalized at one of the area hospitals.
And I think, this past year has really made it even more important to recognize that things like this, like the Bakersfield Ronald McDonald House, are just absolutely crucial, essential for so many families.
I have so many stories that time does not allow from the last year. But this time last year when we did the Walk for Kids virtually, we had a family from Uruguay. Their daughter was still in the hospital. She was in the hospital about 90 days as a premature infant. But then they stayed with us an additional 60 days because their country was shut down because of the pandemic. So while they were able to do everything to get her to leave. And so I know they're watching this morning, but I just look back at the last year and everything this community has done for us and continues to do for us. So, today, if you'll see down at the bottom of your screen, text to donate, W4Kids, 44321. Every penny we raise, Alex, stays right here to support our Bakersfield Ronald McDonald House, and it could not happen without the sponsors. So throughout this broadcast, we're going to be thanking our special sponsors as well.
We want to really reiterate that every single penny that is donated today, it's staying here. It's not going elsewhere. It is staying right here in Bakersfield for the Bakersfield Ronald McDonald House. So that's why it's even more important than ever. That's why your donation, even if it is a penny, it really does go a long way because it is staying here and making a difference. Okay, so we've got a lot of fun things today.
We do, and my sweet friend, Maureen Ricaldi Reed, all the way from England, is going to start our morning off with the national anthem.
Hi everyone, my name is Maureen, and it is my pleasure to welcome you to the Walk for Kids 2020. While this year's walk may look a little bit different from the previous ones, our mission remains the same, and that is keeping families close. I'm so happy you could join us here today, and I want to start things off by singing our country's national anthem. Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets' red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say, does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave? Again, thank you so much for being here today. Now let's have the best walk ever.
Our sweet friend Maureen, about 7 years ago, she won a worldwide singing competition that McDonald's hosted. So her mother operates McDonald's restaurants here in Bakersfield, Arvin, Lamont, and Tehachapi. So, and Marianne was out at our event, Pancakes in the Park, right before we started today. So thank you, Maureen, from across the pond for never forgetting, and she's a former board member the Bakersfield Ronald McDonald House, and she volunteers at the house in England.
Well, that's fantastic.
Where she lives.
That's fantastic. And that's kind of one of the great things about doing something like this virtually is you're able to kind of do that.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
All right. Well, listen, I know this is virtual. I know this is all different. We're still kind of getting used to all this virtual stuff. But do not forget, we've got a fun morning in store with a lot of energy. Yeah, we know it's Saturday morning and everyone's, probably a little sleepy. But that does not mean that we're going to have a lot of fun. So this morning, to really kick things off, we have the Rosedale Middle School cheerleaders that are going to be kind of getting us pumped up and excited for this morning, showing us kind of a few exercises.
Yes, so let's welcome them now.
Support the Bakersfield Ronald McDonald House Walk for Kids.
All right, good job, Bulldogs.
Yes, and I want to thank Jordan Martin, especially from Rosedale, because she puts up with me and everything I ask her parents, Tim and Monica, to do to help the house at ungodly hours, including all the great videos today. Monica and Tim from Martin West Productions donated their time. So I just can never say thank you enough for that. And again, if you want to make a donation today, our text to give is W4Kids 44321. I'm not a super tech savvy person, as most of y'all know, so I have to keep looking at my notes on that one. But now it is time to get this walk going. So let's check out the next video to get your morning started.
People often ask, when we have the virtual walk for kids, well, how do I participate? It's pretty easy. You can walk with your dog around the block, or you can walk with people from a galaxy far, far away. The great thing about the virtual walk is you can do it where you want, when you want. It's really about helping the Bakersfield Ronald McDonald House raise funds so we can provide our services to families 365 days a year. COVID has greatly impacted our fundraising abilities in the last year, and so we need your support more than ever. So grab your furry friend or your not so furry friend, but your friends from any planet, and support the Bakersfield Ronald McDonald House Walk for Kids. Visit walkforkids.org/Bakersfield.
See, everyone knows the importance of today, even Darth Vader.
Even Darth Vader, because our theme of our Walk for Kids for the last few years has really been, we are a force together. That's how Darth fits in. And because this community is a force that cannot be reckoned with out of any community across the US. Alex, you're born and raised here, and so you get it. Unlike maybe some other folks that aren't from Bakersfield, it is the most tight-knit, largest small town you go to. I mean, everybody knows everybody, and we could not be here without the community, because the community built this house 12 years ago, and they continue to support it today.
Yeah, I mean, I remember volunteering here as a kid, at the Ronald McDonald House when it first opened, and so many people know what is going on here at this house and how important it is. We're going to continue to talk about the importance of it. Right now, though, we're going to talk to our local assemblyman, Vince Fong, has done so much here at the Ronald McDonald House, and actually during the pandemic, he held a lot of nonprofit forums here to help guide organizations through this pandemic. This is an unprecedented time. And so he's been involved with the Ronald McDonald House for quite some time, especially during the pandemic. Let's hear from him now.
Hi, this is Assemblyman Vince Fong. The annual Bakersfield Ronald McDonald House's Walk for Kids is coming up again virtually. I hope that you will all take part and participate and support this amazing organization. They help to provide comfort, care, and support to families who have a child hospitalized at area hospitals. The house is open 24 hours a day, 7 days a week for families who are caring for their child. I have seen firsthand the important work done by our local Ronald McDonald House, and I hope you will take part. Thank you, and God bless.
All right, thank you, Vince. Hey, we know that this is virtual, and we know that there's a lot of people watching right now. Interact with us. Let us know where you're watching from, what you're doing, who you're with. I know it's Saturday morning, but we definitely want to know where you are this morning.
And if you're out walking, make sure you post your video. I know
Yes.
one of my friends is over at Marble Bay, right near the rock, and I expect to see her on her bike here in a little bit.
So maybe she's wearing a sweatshirt too.
Yeah, because it's probably 43 degrees, not 143 degrees. But you are not the weather
No.
caster, so we don't have to worry about that.
We'll play Kevin later.
Yes, we'll get on to Kevin. But I want to thank Vince again for his support and dedication of the Bakersfield Ronald McDonald House. And like Vince said, his family has personally used a Ronald McDonald House. And so, sometimes people may not have stayed here, but they're from here, they live here, they do business here, so they want to support our house locally. So that just means a lot to us. Last year, Alex, when the pandemic first started, I had kind of my own reality check of life and, really focused on what's important and why. And I've always said you have to have a reason in life to do anything, from a job to maybe where you buy a house, where you put your kids in school. There's a why to everything we do. And I really, in the last year, started talking to donors and volunteers and our board of directors on their why stories. So right now, we're going to hear from a very important why story.
Hi there. I wanted to talk to you today about why the Ronald McDonald House is important to me. There are a myriad of reasons why it's important and for the benefit they provide to families and to the communities and to the hospitals for which they serve. But more importantly, what it means for me personally as I utilized their services at a house in Southern California. And it happened in February 2019 when we confronted a major health issue with my son Liam, who was 3 years old at the time. And the last thing on our mind was where we were going to stay, where we were going to get our meal, where we were going to park the car, where we were going to do laundry in order to be close by to my son because he was in the intensive care unit for approximately 3 weeks. But I soon began to realize and became very aware that the Ronald McDonald House provided my family the simplicities and the day-to-day things that sometimes we take for granted, that you don't think about when in fact your priorities are around your loved ones that are going through a medical crisis. They provided us a sense of security. They provided us a sense of hope, if you will, in the fact that we were close by where we could integrate ourselves in our child's care and be with their physicians, be with him by his bedside around the clock, something of which we probably couldn't have done anywhere else or without an organization such as the Ronald McDonald House. And I also see day-to-day being associated with the Bakersfield Ronald McDonald House, that I see the families that go through that house, and I see what they're going through, and I can attest and I know what they're going through because it's a scary time. And I think the Ronald McDonald House provides a sense of relief from those day-to-day burdens for which those families probably don't need to be focused on. So that's why it's important to me to make sure that they get the donations from people like yourself to keep their mission and their purpose afloat, not only this year, but for years to come. And I encourage you to give what you can, not only monetarily, but to give whatever you can, whether it's your time or whether it's a service in terms of making a meal for a family 1 day a week. They can do a lot of things for the families and provide for them, but that's really coming from you, the donors. So again, I encourage you to take this virtual walk for kids for what it is, because it serves a greater purpose than any one of us. So again, your help, your time, your money is appreciated, and I know the Ronald McDonald House could use it. Thank you.
Thank you, Michael, for sharing that story. And Michael Sloan has been on our board of directors for about 3 years, and he was already on our board before his son Liam had the incident that happened where he had to be transferred and stay in the LA house. And so this happens more times than you know. We have someone that's involved with the house, and her name's Lynn Bradshaw, and she started this huge Funko event that benefits the Walk for Kids. And I asked Lynn once, why did you decide to do this for the Ronald McDonald House? She's like, because I never needed it, and I want it to be there for people that do. Then over the course of years and years, her friends have had to use the house, whether it was here or somewhere else. But when you stay in a house and you already have the love for the house, it just deepens that relationship. So Michael, thank you again, and thank you for always doing what we need here at the hospital as well.
I think that is the reason. That's an example of why we're doing this today and why it's so important for all of you to participate in this walk and donate. We want to remind you, all of the money that is raised today stays here. It doesn't go elsewhere, not just a portion. No, it's all staying here. None of it is leaving this county, which is so important. Okay, so that's a reason why we're doing this. It's time to have some fun though. And I cannot think of a better person to continue this fun than hearing from my friend Ernie Lewis, who is singing The Streets of Bakersfield.
I came here looking for something I couldn't find anywhere else. I don't want to be nobody, just want a chance to be myself. I spent 1,000 miles of thumbing, yes, I've worn blisters on my heels, trying to find me something better on the streets of Bakersfield. Hey, you don't know me, but you don't like me. Say you care less how I feel. How many of you there sit and judge me ever walk the streets of Bakersfield? Spent some time in San Francisco, spent the night there in the can. They threw this drunk man in my jail cell. I took $15 from that man, left him my watch and my old house key. Don't want folks thinking I would steal. And I thanked him as he was sleeping and headed out for Bakersfield. Hey, you don't know me, but you don't like me. Say you care less how I feel. How many of you there sit and judge me ever walk the streets of Bakersfield? Hey, you don't know me, but you don't like me. Say you care less how I feel. How many of you there sit and judge me ever walk the streets of Bakersfield? How many of you there sit and judge me ever walk the streets of Bakersfield?
Gotta love Ernie Lewis.
If that doesn't get your heart pumping and get you to go out and go on your walk, I don't know what will. That just touches my heart because I saw some of my favorite iconic places in Bakersfield. Like, I wonder if Smith had those Happy Face cookies back in the day. And that is for my friend Amy Borton in Los Angeles because she understands the Smith cookies thing. So next we're going to hear from my friend Quan Louie, and he just left to go to Ventura. But Quan, you're up.
Hi, this is Quan Louie, the Executive Director of Telehealth Docs and current President of Bakersfield East Rotary Club. And this is a shout out to the Ronald McDonald House Virtual Walk for Kids. We support the Ronald McDonald Walk for Kids every year, and this year is a little bit different. It's going to be virtual, so please support them. So you can text 44321 and type in W for Kids. Again, text in 44321 and type in W for Kids. W for KIDS. Please support the Ronald McDonald House. All the money stays local, and cheer on those kids because they really need our help, especially in these times. Take care. And again, Quan Louie, president of Bakersfield East Rotary Club and executive director of Telehealth Docs, and we support the Ronald McDonald House. Bye-bye.
Quan is really a force to be reckoned with. Let me tell you. People think I have energy. Quan is amazing. So now we're going to have some more fun. But remember, you can text to donate. It's at the bottom of your screen.
Yeah, I was going to say, just look. I mean, well, there it is, right there. Yeah, there's the bar right there. That's just a reminder for you. So it is text W4Kids to 44321. And again, all the money is staying here locally.
Now we're going to have some real fun.
Yeah, we are. Let's send things over to PE teacher Tim Martin, who's leading the Rosary Ladies exercising for the Bakersfield Ronald McDonald House.
All right, Rosary Club, we're going to do 3 quick little exercises to strengthen ourselves up. For the Ronald McDonald House, we're going to do a little exercising. So we're going to start off with leg extensions. Working our shoulders, so we're going to do a little punching. Ready? We're going to start off with the right hand stance. Left hand's out front, that's your jab hand. Right hand is your clean the clock. Next, we're going to work our waist and our core area with some simple twists and turns. Starting to the right, we're simply rotating the body, shoulders and torso to the right, and then we're going to rotate to the left. Ready, begin. Good job, ladies.
Everyone is getting involved today.
Everyone, and I want to thank the Rosary Ladies at Del Webb for participating in this year's Walk for Kids 2021, and they are just amazing. And Tim Martin, you've been my friend for too many years to count. I hope you enjoy retirement, because I know Tuesday is your official last day. So I hope you have a really great retirement. And now when I need all that See's candy picked up, you're on the list to go pick up See's candy. Just saying. Anyway, Alex, it's time to thank our sponsors.
Yeah, I was going to say, the Ronald McDonald House has been here for 12 years, serving so many people in our community. And, again, one of the reasons why this is all possible is because of our sponsors.
Absolutely. So let's take a look at them and give them a shout out. There they are. We could not do it without all of those amazing sponsors, and everybody makes a difference. And thank you again to KGT for being our media sponsor for the last 12 years as well. So
I mean, again, this is so great because this is something that is so important for our community. So many people utilizing the services here at the Ronald McDonald House.
Absolutely. Yesterday, for those of you that follow us on our social media, we celebrated our 12th anniversary of the house opening in June 4th, 2009. And then 12 years ago, the walk was on June 5th. Quite the difference in weather on those days, because it actually rained at the walk that year in June here. But, before we had our own families, the Sloan family represented what a Ronald McDonald family means. And so Quincy Sloan is a local fire captain. And so after staying at the LA house for many years, Vince Bryson, our president and CEO, asked him to be the family that represents the Bakersfield Ronald McDonald House during our original opening and groundbreaking and any other time we could. So let's hear from the Sloan family on the importance of the Ronald McDonald House.
My name is Evan Sloan. I'm 18 years old. This is my family. These are my brothers and my mom and dad.
My name is Elias Sloan, and I'm 20 years old.
My name is Ethan Sloan. I'm the oldest of the bunch here. I'm 21.
My name is Quincy Sloan, and I am 49 years old.
I am the mom of all these boys.
You know, it's funny. I actually remember when Evan was born, started going through all his health issues, because I remember Mom was gone a lot. From having your mom there every single day to then now she's not there at all. And this happened for a cool 5 years before it really started to kind of settle down. But you do understand that, well, your little brother is not going to be home. He's not going to be home because he's sick. And from that point, that's when we were first introduced to the Ronald McDonald House. And that was something very special.
I don't think there was ever a time that I felt proud of myself. There's a guilt that comes with a child that has medical problems, because you wonder as a parent, you know, did I somehow contribute to this medical issue? So there's a certain amount of guilt that comes with having a child that is special needs. We soon found out that we were going to be in our hospital a lot more than 2.5 months.
We never checked out of the Ronald McDonald House for a very long time. It makes a big difference because, like Elias said earlier, this becomes the second home.
I was able to go take a shower, clean up, wash the laundry. I would have fresh coffee that they always have ready. Those three things meant the world to me. Just to get out of the hospital, walk to the Ronald McDonald House because it's right there. So I was able to walk, get my shower, do some laundry, and have some coffee. I felt like a new woman every time I went back into the hospital.
They would say family members could come and they can also be there with the kids, and also that would give my wife some relief and support because they would stay also with my son.
I'm probably speaking for him too, because we all love it, and it really helped us. It made us feel at home, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
When I went there the last time, and this was not too long ago, I saw people that were different. But if you think about it, we're all the same inside. Our skin inside, our heart, we have everything inside is the same.
And if it wasn't for those individuals that do donate to the program, donate to the foundation, we would not we wouldn't have those valuable experiences, you know, the normalization which you lose when your child is special needs.
And the reason why we have such a close relationship is because of that Ronald McDonald House. So just for whoever comes in, just to realize that there's going to be those hard times, but we're living proof that if you continue to persevere, you continue to push through, endure, and keep showing that unselfish love to one another, there's nothing that will be able to break up your family and your bond.
A great message right there from the Sloan family.
I have seen that before, and every time I get a little teary. But the Sloan family, for those of you that have been here, Quincy's holding Ronald in the lobby, and I am forever indebted to them for their love and friendship over the last 13 years that I've been here, and just everything that they do for us. I can just never say thank you enough, and what they do for the LA House as well. So our buddy Ken Keller, who is the president and CEO of Bakersfield Memorial Hospital, he was out at our Pancakes in the Park event greeting everybody today. He's on our board of directors as well. And Ken has been not only on our board, but when he lived in New Orleans, he was on the board of the New Orleans House as well. So Ken wants to share a special message with us today.
Yeah, let's hear from him.
So good morning, and thanks for coming out. My name is Ken Keller. I'm the president of Bakersfield Memorial Hospital, and we're so very fortunate to have our partnership with the Ronald McDonald House. Keeping in line with their motto of keeping families together is an extremely important piece of the healing process for our pediatric patients. trying to make sure that there's some sense of normalcy for the family as well as the patient works to ensure a better outcome and works to make sure that we're also providing the best patient experience that we can while the patient is going through the healing process. That partnership with Ronald House, the partnership with you in providing and joining in this walk is very instrumental in making sure that we can continue meeting the needs of our pediatric patients locally. So thanks for coming out today. Looking forward to seeing you in real life in the not too distant future. And most importantly, we're looking for next year when we can do this event in person. Have a great time and a great day.
Imagine a hospital in Bakersfield where kids can get specialized medical care just for them, with an ER that treats kids only, and where critically ill babies, toddlers, and teens can get advanced care here at home. What if there was a place that looks more like a home than a hospital, with a garden and Ronald McDonald House so families can be close to their little ones? The Lauren Small Children's Center at Memorial Hospital. Healthcare just for kids.
Our hospital partner, Bakersfield Memorial, is amazing. They do so much for us. And I look back at the last year during the pandemic, especially, and I'm like, I don't know what we would have done. When there was a shortage of PPE, Ken Keller personally delivered face masks to us, gloves, everything we needed that no one could find on a store shelf to bring us. And so not just the last year, but for the last 13 years, thank you to Dignity Health and Bakersfield Memorial Hospital for everything they've done for us.
You know, the Bakersfield Ronald McDonald House is part of Ronald McDonald House Charities of Southern California, which, by the way, happens to be the largest chapter around the world. So that's great. That's fantastic to hear for sure. And so right now we're going to hear from our key leader of the chapter. His name is Jeff Kamsky, and he is with. I want to welcome him to give us a special message here.
My name is Jeff Kaminsky, and I'm currently the board chair of the Ronald McDonald House Charities of Southern California. This morning gives us a great opportunity to celebrate with all of you that have worked so hard to raise both funds and awareness for all the families that we serve. The funds raised during this year's annual Walk for Kids will provide comfort, care, and support to the thousands of families that we serve through all of the various programs of the Southern California Charity. I can't think of a better way to celebrate this season of hope and renewal than through our Walk for Kids Day. On behalf of all of the directors, trustees, volunteers, and staff of the Ronald McDonald Charities of Southern California, I just want to thank you for taking the time to tune in this morning, and especially for your support and generosity. Thank you.
Good morning, Bakersfield. I'm Vince Bryson, CEO of Ronald McDonald House Charities of Southern California, and I'd like to wish you a very happy and successful virtual Walk for Kids today. Your community has always been so very supportive and generous to our charity, and I know today will be no different. And while I'm at it, happy anniversary. It was 12 years ago today that we opened our Bakersfield house. And I just want to say thank you to everyone that has donated and volunteered during those years. Good luck today. I'll see you next year. Bye.
I will tell you, Alex, I love being part of this chapter because though there's the 6 houses, 3 family rooms, and the camp, we all have our own thing we do, different in our respective communities, but we're all one. And Vince was so supportive when Jim Darling and the McDonald's owner-operators and the hospital decided to bring a Ronald McDonald House to our community. So it was just absolutely amazing. So I love both Jeff and Vince for all their support throughout the years. Thank you all for loving Bakersfield.
Yeah, absolutely. You know, there are so many partners in Bakersfield that we have had this relationship with that have made this possible. Let's just go ahead and thank some of our sponsors right now. HPS Mechanical, Blessed from Above, Happy Jack's Pie and Burger, Grimway Farms, The Garlic Company, Dignity Health, Mercy, and Memorial Hospital. So again, just a few of our sponsors that we want to thank this morning.
And absolutely, because we could not do what we do without all of their support for sure. And again, I'm going to go back to the why stories. My sweet friend Janine Huffman that you're going to meet in a few minutes, she has a very special why story about one of her best friends and her son Tyler. So Janine.
Hi, I'm Janine. I'm here on behalf of Team Tyler. We are sharing our story of why we walk for the Ronald McDonald House. We walk in honor of Tyler Bridgewater, who unfortunately lost his battle due to valley fever shortly before his 13th birthday. After being in and out of the hospital for a few weeks, Tyler slipped into a coma and was airlifted to Valley Children's. Once he got up to Madeira, the last thing we thought any parent should have to worry about is where am I going to stay? How long am I going to be with my child? Am I going to be away? Can I get a hotel? Can I afford this? We reached out to Scarlett here at the Bakersfield Ronald McDonald House and put us in contact with Ronald McDonald House in Madeira, and they helped us every step of the way. Because of the Ronald McDonald House, Tyler's family was able to be with him up until the very end, and we wouldn't have had that opportunity if it wasn't for a Ronald McDonald House. Our hope is that you will give, you'll donate your money, your time, be involved. The Ronald McDonald House is a place that it's encouraging to know it's there in the hopes that you never have to go there. So if you can donate, you can help, give money, give supplies, anything helps. Thank you.
Janine, thank you again for your dedication. And this year, Team Tyler has raised over $5,000 for the Walk for Kids this year. And I still remember getting that message from her to see what I could do to help navigate for the family up there. So thank you again to everybody who's donated, whether on the text to give, we're going to get an update here shortly, or on our Facebook page. My sweet friend Emma just dropped off an additional $200 for her walk team this year. So she's raised over $1,800 this year at a total of over $10,000 in the last 4 years for the Walk for Kids. So the money comes in, and we just cannot say thank you enough. Remember, W4Kids 44321 for our text to give, and it's at the bottom of your screen.
Yeah.
So we are very appreciative. So keep on giving, and we're going to leave that open for till the end of the month for the text to give option. But we'd love for you to give today while you're watching.
Oh, I'm sorry. I'm actually getting a notification right now.
Yay!
We've got a scout trooper that has been spotted out walking for kids. You hear about this?
No, I didn't get it. I must not have the same app.
Can we cut to the streets really quick and see if we get this? you just never know what you're going to find.
You never know. You know, Ernie sang the streets of Bakersfield for us here a little bit ago. You never know what you're going to find on the streets of Bakersfield these days.
That's very true.
So thank you to the furry friend and to our Scout Trooper friend for that fun little walk.
Hey, you know, the COVID-19 pandemic has just absolutely impacted every bit. I mean, look at what we're doing today. I mean, this is just another example. This is the second year that we're doing this walk virtually. I know all of you are at home doing it kind of on your own. It's just really changed the way we've been doing things. You know, things are obviously looking better. Hopefully next year we'll be able to meet in person. That is our goal. But it definitely has changed so much over the last year. And right now we have Miss Bakersfield, Sydney Price. She's fantastic. And she's got a few words about why the Bakersfield Ronald McDonald House, and just talking a little bit about what it's been like on the front lines.
Sydney is an amazing young woman. I worked with her very closely when she was Miss Teen Bakersfield, and she loves this house. Yeah. And so let's hear from Sydney.
Every year, I am so excited to participate in the Bakersfield Ronald McDonald House Walk for Kids. This year's been really challenging for all of us, including our local nonprofits like the House that have had to adjust and pivot during these times. And that is why now, more than ever, my why for supporting this event is the staff and the volunteers that work at the House and keep it running for the families who need it. I'm so excited and I'm so hopeful that this year will be the best walk for kids yet.
I'm Lauren.
And I'm Andrew.
And this is our son Judah. He was born March 18th, 7 weeks early, and admitted to the NICU.
We live about an hour away from the hospital, so as my wife was getting closer to being discharged, we were beginning to worry about how we'd be able to afford being there with our child. The cost of staying at a hotel or driving to and from the hospital multiple times a day seemed impossible.
That's when one of our NICU nurses told us about the Ronald McDonald House. She put in a call to the house manager and got us in contact with them. It's a good thing she did it that day too, because both the hospital policies and the Ronald McDonald House policies were changing that night. After that night, we wouldn't have been able to be admitted to the Ronald McDonald House to stay.
It felt like a huge burden was lifted off our shoulders once we knew we'd be able to stay at the hospital campus at the Ronald McDonald House and so close to our little guy in the NICU. Especially since the hospital policy was changed at that point where only one of us would be able to go and visit him each day, not both of us. And if one of us, or if we left the hospital, we wouldn't be allowed back in during that day. So it was just one time in and one time out.
That was something hard to get used to.
Mm-hmm.
Getting used to all of the COVID restrictions in a new place with a baby in the hospital, it was hard. We had social distancing.
Which is very hard for me because I am a very sociable person.
It's true. We had to put gloves on when using the shared appliances like the washer and dryer and the dishwasher.
And if we weren't using gloves, we had to wipe whatever we touched with Lysol or Clorox. And we had to do this even when we used gloves. And I know none of this seems shocking to anybody now, but we really lived in a different world 6 months ago.
On the days that Andrew was with our son in the NICU, I spent them at the Ronald McDonald House. I enjoyed getting to know the staff and finding ways I could keep busy since I wasn't allowed at the hospital. I was even able to sew some face masks for us and the other families staying there. This was a new thing. You know, a mask had to be worn everywhere.
And being able to stay so close to our son in the NICU at the Ronald McDonald House was such a blessing. And words can't describe what it was just to be able to be there with him. And with such good people, too.
Staying at the Ronald McDonald House, we got to know the staff and their heart for serving the community. And we know that we'll always have a second family here. Him, too.
Mr. Judah has gotten so big. I was telling you when we were watching your story, Alex, I'll never forget getting the call from the NICU because the week of the pandemic, the week of March 17th last year, when everything was starting to shut down, we received instructions March 21st. We were not going to be able to accept any more families until further notice. And so March 20th at about 7 p.m., they checked in. Andrew checked in. Lauren was still in the hospital. And I will never forget that experience as long as I live. And they were with us for almost a month, and they continued to come and visit and say hello when they're in town from Tehachapi. But that is forever etched in my mind. And just having to be able to say, you better get here because 21st, we can no longer take families.
Literally in a couple hours. We will not be
yeah, exactly. Yeah. And so they're my last family we checked in, but they're the best. And when they got to go home, it was fabulous because we get to celebrate that victory with them. And they're just amazing. I will never forget. And Miss Sydney, I love dearly. She's my friend, and watch out. She may want your job someday.
I know. Watch out.
Broadcasting, but she's an amazing gift to this community, just as everybody who supports the house is. So thank you.
Another reason why you should give. To donate, text W4Kids to 44321. Still got plenty of time. All the money raised stays here at this house.
You know, often people ask us, how did the Ronald McDonald House start? And it's such an amazing story about some people that played for the NFL that just wanted to make a difference and do something to help one of their players. So let's hear the very humble beginnings of how Ronald McDonald House Charities started.
Hi, my name is Fred. My daughter Kim Hill was the inspiration for the very first Ronald McDonald House in 1974. Back then I was playing with the Philadelphia Eagles, and she was diagnosed with acute lymphatic leukemia. And the team rallied behind her, and the very first house was established in Philadelphia. I live in Orange County now, and unfortunately Kim passed away 9 years ago, but we walk in her honor. Unfortunately, we're not going to be able to do the walk this year, but we have a virtual walk and we still need the money. And I'd just like to thank my team for supporting me and my daughter Kim in this great thing that we do for the Ronald McDonald House.
You just sound up figured out. It's fine. I can see.
When a child is diagnosed with a serious illness, everything changes. And if you have to travel for care like Sam did, home can change too. But along with your donations, McDonald's has helped Ronald McDonald House Charities keep families like Sam's together for more than 40 years, so that not everything changes for Sam with cancer. Or for his brother Liam without.
Hi, my name is Pam Reggio, and I'm the Director of Customer Care for Ray's Coca-Cola Bottling.
Hi, Steve Gendrolius, General Manager, Ray's Coca-Cola Bottling, Bakersfield.
We want to first start by expressing our sincere appreciation to the Ronald McDonald House and for all the work your organization does in providing support to children and families in our community.
Even through challenging times and uncertainty, your efforts of supporting those that rely on life-changing services and programs have been so inspiring.
It truly is organizations like the Ronald McDonald House that make a difference, and we at Ray's Coca-Cola Bottling are honored to be a partner with such a vital organization throughout the region.
Once again, a big thanks from all of us here at Ray's Coca-Cola Bottling for helping change the lives of families in Bakersfield.
Thank you, Ronald McDonald House of Bakersfield.
I have had the honor and pleasure of meeting Fred and Fran countless times over my 13 years with Ronald McDonald House Charities. And I can tell you, at an international conference, Alex, they are the most famous people there, but they are the most humble people. Like, the team had this idea, and it just happened.
Yeah.
And just, we are so blessed to have them. They live in Orange County. We're just so blessed to have them right here in Southern California with us.
Yeah, you know, the Bakersfield Ronald McDonald House is very lucky to have mission partners such as McDonald's and Coca-Cola to support this local house. And, you know, again, 12 years anniversary was yesterday.
I can tell you it was 105 that day. And the CEO of the charity at the time, Nicole Rubin, was on the phone with a McDonald's owner from Southern California. And she's like, I think the whole town is here. And there was probably 350 people in the parking lot. We did everything out. We did it in the front and the back. And it was still one of probably the most amazing days of my entire life. I think I laughed, I cried, probably sweated a little bit
Didn't
that
sleep.
day. Yeah, no sleep. But it was okay because everybody had worked so hard in the 6 months of remodeling the existing structure here to make that day happen. And one of the most important people behind the scenes always, but there's a great picture of her and I down hallway here, Anna Reyna, my sweet friend, who's our graphic artist. Anna has helped the image of the house over the last 13 years. And we're gonna take a look back in some history and hear from Anna.
Hi, I'm Anna Reyna, and this is my why the Bakersfield Ronald McDonald House holds such a special place in my heart. My journey started in a meeting in 2008 when a McDonald's owner-operator asked Jim Darling, what would it take to open a Ronald McDonald House here in Bakersfield? That was the first time I had ever heard of the charity, a home away from home that provides a community of support to ensure that families far from home have the resources they need in order to focus on their number one priority, healing their sick child. Thanks to Vince Bryson, who shared his vast knowledge with our first committee, how to build, operate, and sustain. About a year later, in 2009, the house opened. With much help from our generous local McDonald owner-operators, Bakersfield Memorial Hospital, and you, our community. We even had our own spokesperson, Merle Hager, which was, at the time, was just so cool, and still is. Then I met Scarlett, our newly appointed house director. This cute little lady whirlwind with abundance energy. I knew we were going to be strong. We met every week at Dagny's for a good 6 months and brainstormed her many ideas. Actually, that's where the paper shoe was developed. Those of you that know Scarlett probably have heard that story a million times. I'm so proud and grateful for the opportunity to be part of this amazing organization. Even though some of the families I never met, I cried with you at my desk reading the stories as I figured out a way to design around the heartbreak and the triumphs. I will never forget the beautiful Bucksbaums, the Super Sloans, Mighty Mia, Austin's amazing fight, Lucy's light, and so many others that have forever touched my heart. Endless thanks to the local sponsors, car clubs, restaurants, service clubs, banks, Funko lovers, children, teachers, principals, schools, and businesses that continue to step up in a big way. I've seen your commitment, donations, and smiling faces at the annual walk. Kudos. I'm so very humbled by our community. We all have our personal challenges, and over the years, the BRMH families have inspired me to rise above and to remember that we are all here together for a reason. And helping those to stay connected to their loved ones is one of them. Please continue to help keep families close. Support the virtual walk for kids. Bakersfield Ronald McDonald House.
Anna, I love you. You're my friend. I love your passion for this house. And I love that you can take my crazy ideas and make them a reality. And I am going to share the whole paper shoe thing. In 2009, we're prepping for the walk.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I want to do something with our mission partner, McDonald's. I wonder if they're going to let me. So we came up with the red Chuck, high top Chuck, paper shoes, and they were these long things. And we sold them. At that time, there was probably about 32 McDonald's locally. We sold $14,000 worth of them the first year. We thought that we had done this amazing job. In 2019, we sold $109,000 worth of them. And she's right, I love to say that we came up with that idea because I'm not shy about that. But Anna, your love and your passion for every project that you do for us shows. So I love you and your sweet family from the bottom of my heart. And you know, you have to have passion. Alex, you have passion for your job. It shows every morning. I try to have passion. Coffee helps. But
yes, I can attest
every
to
day,
that.
coffee does help with the perkiness. But Anna, you have it, and I love seeing all the great things we work on.
You know, we should also say that, you know, passion makes such a big difference. And I think you were just talking about the difference that has been made over the last 12 years from where, you know, $14,000 to where we are now. I mean, look at how big of a difference that is. It's all because of passion. We also want to hear from one of our sponsors who's also very passionate, not just about Kern County, but about, you know, the Central Valley, and that is Valley Strong. You know, they've been a partner here with the Bakersfield Ronald McDonald House for several years. Let's take a listen.
We are these fields. We are these roots. We see the beauty in the everyday, with pride from where we came. We look ahead to the places that pull us together, to the places that we call home. We started here in the Valley and look forward to what lies ahead. Valley Strong Credit Union. Grow your possibilities.
So again, thank you to Valley Strong for partnering with the Bakersfield Ronald McDonald House. Now, remember, we're doing this virtual event. This is live right now. I just want to see who's on right now. We've heard from Heidi, and we've got Ernie, who just sang the streets of Bakersfield earlier this morning, giving us a shout out.
Thank you, Ernie. It was awesome. I am sure my friends back east are so thrilled with that because they love the country music roots of Bakersfield.
And we also want to say good morning to Jillian, who's also in this morning.
Jillian worked at our Ronald McDonald House in Bend, Oregon, and now she's an amazing house volunteer for us here. Hey, Ernie, one thing I want to share with you, when you have an opportunity, come by here and we'll give you a tour. Our sweet friend Merle Haggard was a huge part of our original house, and even after we opened, he spoke at the original groundbreaking in May of 2008. He visited the house again a number of years later, but every year he would sign guitars to help raise money for the Bakersfield Ronald McDonald House. And prior to the house opening, they auctioned off one on one of the local country radio stations for over $7,000. And then over the years, he would donate one, at least one a year to Bakersfield East Rotary. And we made an additional $50,000 for the house by auctioning those off. And after Merle passed, our friend Dustin Meredith, whose sisterhood and family had stayed in the Los Angeles Ronald McDonald House, donated one to go to East Rotary, and one hangs in the director's office here at the Bakersfield Ronald McDonald House as a special legacy to Merle and what he did. And Ray McDonald just paid us a visit not too many days ago with his book and gifted a copy to the house. So we have country music roots here at the Bakersfield Ronald McDonald House.
That's fantastic to hear, you know, how those roots really do go.
They do.
Strong. Hey, we want to give a quick shout out to some of our sponsors, more of our sponsors. We want to first thank Target for partnering with the Bakersfield Ronald McDonald House. We also want to give a shout out to King Door. You know, they, again, a great partnership here. And our sponsors have just done so much to make the mission here possible. Also, Kern Family Healthcare, also one of our partners.
They're amazing. And again, California Water Service, their human resources director, is on our board of directors. And not only do they support the Walk for Kids, but they support our car show and toy run that we do the first week of December. So Kim, thank you for your ongoing support.
And Reyes Coca-Cola. We've been talking about them in the amazing work they've done with the Bakersfield Ronald McDonald House as well. And finally, McDonald's.
Absolutely. And a little tidbit of information on Coca-Cola and McDonald's. They worked with Fred Hill and the Eagles back in the 70s, and the Shamrock Shake was the first fundraiser to raise money to buy
the Shamrock Shake.
that house in Philadelphia. So next time you order one in March when they come back around, order half chocolate and half peppermint, and it's call it a peppermint patty milkshake.
Ooh.
It's so good. There's a secret.
Gonna do that. That's on the secret menu.
That's on the secret menu.
All right, so we are going to break things up just a little bit with some fun.
We are going to have magician Stuart McLeod entertain us for just a few minutes. I don't do magic, so I'm glad Stuart does.
Oh, hello. My name is Stuart. I'm a magician from Scotland. I'm very excited to be part of this Ronald McDonald Walk for Kids virtual event this year. I have 2 tricks for you guys. First, I want to try to read your mind. Then you are going to read my mind. It sounds incredible, but here's how it works. I want you to come close to your screens, really close, so that you can really see this deck of cards, okay? Because I want you to remember one of the cards that you can see from inside the deck. Have a look, try and see one and commit it to your memory. Ready? One from inside, not this one. Here we go. Try and see any one of the cards from inside the pack. Remember it? Okay, look at me. I've got it. I know which one you were thinking of. Watch the deck as I squeeze the deck completely so that they all disappear. Except for one card, the one you were thinking of, the 3 of hearts. Now that you've been mind read, I want you to try to read my mind. I am thinking of one of these 24 food emojis. And the one that I'm thinking of, I have a picture of it here, a gigantic picture. What I need you to do is come close and place your finger over any of the green emojis. Just choose any one at random. Then move left or right to any white emoji, any emoji with white in it. Now move up or down to any one with yellow in it, up or down to any yellow food emoji. Finally, move diagonally to any red emoji. Diagonally to any red one, remember it. That's the one. Keep it locked in your brain. Wouldn't it be incredible if your random moves landed you on the one that I was thinking of the whole time? Did you land on the pizza? I hope not, because I was really thinking of the lobster. And here she is, my wife Jenny, and our new baby lobster.
We need your help with one more thing. Get out your phones and text the code WALK4KIDS, W-A-L-K, the number 4 kids.
And you're gonna text that to 44321. 44321, give generously, don't be shellfish.
Dun dun. There it is.
That was pretty good. That was pretty a shellfish. I'm going to remember that the next time when I'm at a special event and I'm trying to get to the next level in a fundraising. Don't be a shellfish.
Hey, we want to remind everyone, we know that you're all out there walking and participating. We want to see it though. So take a picture or a video and then let us know. You can post to Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, any of the social media pages. Let us know. Use the hashtag BRMHWFK2021 or hashtag WFK2021 and also hashtag keeping families close. So we want to see all the pictures and videos. I know you're out there doing stuff. So but let us know. I know we're doing this virtually. We still want to see the participating.
Absolutely. And we are right at about our first hour or so of this fun-filled morning with the Scarlett and Alex variety show. And we hope you are enjoying having a good time with your family. And we want to see your own version, just like Alex said. Everybody does it a little bit different. Last year, my friend Tracy almost crashed into her husband on her bicycle running around the corner. But next year, June 4th, 2022, bigger and better.
Let's
Alex,
do it.
You're on the planning committee.
Let's do it.
We will be back at our Treasure in the Hills, the California Living Museum. I'm going to tell you, people that know me know I am very much a social person, and I get my passion from being around others and being in the element of that. And in the last 400 plus days, I can't even count how many events, I've lost count, that have been canceled, which obviously affected our bottom line. And one of those events is our annual All-American Car Show put on by the Mopars of Bakersfield. And this would have been our 11th year of working with them this year. And it's always Mother's Day weekend out at the Crest RV Resort. Mm-hmm. And so we'll be back bigger and stronger, of course, next year. But let's hear a little bit about from Val Miller about the Mopar relationship with the Bakersfield Ronald McDonald House.
Hi, I'm Val Miller with Mopars of Bakersfield. I would like to testify to how important the Ronald McDonald House is to the Mopars of Bakersfield. Our car club has been working with her for 9 years now, raising money for the house. We have done very well, I think, and we hope to do very well in the future. Our car club is Bakersfield people only, and we have about 30 to 40 members. I think that the Ronald McDonald House was our choice 9 years ago, and it was the right choice to make. And we hope that we're able to continue helping the Ronald McDonald House in the future years.
For those of you that have been to the Bakersfield Ronald McDonald House, the addition, the 4 rooms with all the ensuite private bath and shower, they all are named after Mopar branded cars. So we have the Hemi room, the Dodge room, the Chrysler room, and the Plymouth room. I got them all at once because I am not a car girl, but I have so much fun. I celebrated 11 birthdays, or 10 birthdays, I should say, out at the Crest Bar and Grill, and I have absolutely enjoyed that time with them. I still remember the very first meeting, Alex, with my son Matthew when he was probably 9 or 10. And they still laugh about he ate 2 adult breakfasts at the place we went for breakfast. And so for those of you that know my son, he can eat, that's one thing. But they've raised over $200,000 from a car show. They're our largest donor to the house. And I can tell you, people are always like, but they're not a business. I'm like, no, they're just a bunch of friends who love the house.
And it means so much, yeah.
And it shows how much they love the house.
Yeah, that's fantastic. And we want to thank some more of our sponsors. We want to thank KGET TV 17. That's my workplace. No, we love partnering with the Ronald McDonald House. We also want to thank Telemundo and American General Media, as well as KUZZ. So thank you to all of our media sponsors.
Because we could not do it. We could not do it without me. And thank you. I'm going to shout out to my friend Erica Torres for making sure we got our photographer pancakes in the park this morning. So we're going to go ahead and thank some more sponsors, and I get to thank one of my favorite right now. My friend Monica and Tim, I love you guys. Baby Cake Donuts, they are the mini donut folks. So if you were out at May Meets, which is really March Meets, last weekend, they were out there serving up smoothies and donuts and coffees and everything else. They'll be back at the Home and Garden Show. And the dedication that these two have, they're both educators, obviously, but they are at that walk. It's their first Saturday off when school gets out at 5 a.m. out at home every year. So I just want to say thank you to that. And Broken Yoke this year is one of our amazing sponsors, thanks to Quincy Sloan and his family. They've been selling paper shoes and raising money for us. And so we're just very thankful for them as well.
We also want to thank the California Department of Corrections.
Yes, our friends in Wasco made a very nice charitable donation for this because we serve families in those outlying communities and they recognize that.
Love to see that. Also, we want to thank this morning one of our other sponsors, Geico.
Yes, thank you again to the Sloans for helping us secure this special sponsorship.
We've got a few more that we want to thank this morning, and that includes Grimway.
Grimway Farms, not only do they support us financially, but they give us product throughout the year as well. So we always have fresh veggies for our families.
We talked about them earlier this morning, but we also want to just give another shout out to Valley Strong.
They are amazing, and they just raised almost $5,000 in their paper shoot campaign for the Ronald McDonald House. And one of their branch managers at the Mount Vernon location, she and her family help us every year on Christmas as well.
Love that. Last, not least though, Vivint Solar this morning. We want to give a shout out to them.
Absolutely. They are, the other day I was at a meeting at Vivint, and one of the gentlemen in the audience, he's a big burly guy. He had tears in his eyes sharing his wife's story with us. So we will be getting that from him and be able to share that here in the future. But you know, Alex, I get questioned all the time, why do you do what you do? And some of you know my story about my son Matthew, but I cannot do what I do. I may get all the kudos in the community, but I have a team behind me that helps. They are equally as important to our mission of our organization and what we do to keep families close. So let's hear from the Bakersfield Ronald McDonald House team.
I am
Saban. I am the director of the Bakersfield Ronald McDonald House. And so many times people say, oh, you do so much, and how do you juggle everything? I don't do it all by myself. I have an amazing group of staff and dedicated volunteers that make the magic happen so that I can do what I do and they can do what they do to make it all come together for you, our Walk for Kids participants and our supporters of the house. So let's take the opportunity right now and meet some of those amazing staff and volunteers that make the magic happen.
My name is David Torres. I am the operations manager here at the Ronald McDonald House. I've been here since October of 2015. I've had the luxury of knowing Scarlett since the house first opened. Lucky me, right? So thank you guys all for your support over the years for the Ronald McDonald House, especially during this COVID times when donations are a little slower than usual. So all the money raised here stays locally here. We definitely appreciate all that. If you guys haven't had a chance to come see the Ronald McDonald House, definitely come by. Myself, Scarlett, one of the staff members, be more than happy to give you guys a tour of the house. And thank you guys for all you do. Thank you.
My name is Charlie Pearl, and I am the Communications Coordinator and Guest Services Associate for the Ronald McDonald House. What that means is I handle all of our social media, so our Facebook and our Twitter and our Instagram content. I also handle our constant contact, which is our mass email system. You might have gotten some from me. That is from me. And my other job for the house is I handle daily duties. That means I handle cleaning, stocking, checking in families, checking out families, cleaning rooms, talking with hospital staff, talking with donors, volunteers, or anyone else that comes into the house. Other than that, I also go to school events, which means that we go out to the schools and they raise some money for us, and then we put on like a PE style event with like hula hoops and jump ropes and stuff like that. So yeah.
Hi, my name's Susan Paul, and I'm the Donor Engagement Special Event Coordinator at the Bakersfield Ronald McDonald House. And what I do is that I reach out to people and meet these wonderful donors that contribute to our organization, and I go to special events and raise awareness for our organization.
Incredible team. You got an incredible team.
I am very, very lucky. And again, they do things for me that I don't know how to do, or sometimes I put off doing.
The things that you don't want to do.
Let's be honest, I'm sure my boss is. Sure, Vince, if you're watching, you know that already. You know me for too many years. But no, we could not do what we do. We have incredible volunteers. We've been sharing their why stories all over social media the last couple months. But the team, I want to acknowledge them today. They were here bright and early to set up for pancakes in the park. We did out at Park. And just everything they do for me the other 364 days a year as well.
I was going to say, we think about, oh, this is just a virtual event. Man, it's super easy. Not the case, not the case. But we're all doing this to raise money, of course, for the Bakersfield Ronald McDonald House. That's why it's so important for you to text right now, W4Kids to 44321. A penny makes a big difference because it's all the same here. So it's all helping families that use the Bakersfield Ronald McDonald House.
Absolutely. And even during the last 400 plus days, we were down for about 67 days. We were able to get reinstated. We were one of the first houses in the world to get reinstated last May 26th, actually. We went back into operations, and while they were different than maybe how they had been, as Lauren and her family were talking about the Clorox wipes and the gloves and everything, it was different, but we made it work. And but we could not do it without you, our supporters throughout the year, and everybody that makes a difference. So please continue to text to give today and post your pictures and your videos. Share this video. Will be on YouTube. It will be on our Facebook. Share it with your friends and family as well.
Let's just thank our sponsors one more time for making this possible. So many sponsors here that have understood the mission of the Bakersfield Ronald McDonald House. They understand that they're making a difference for so many families. A lot of families who don't want to be here.
Nobody says
no one says that. No one says they want to be here, but boy, are they grateful that this is here. They don't expect necessarily to be here, but boy, are they glad that it's here.
Absolutely, and we saw some of those. Nobody ever says I get involved with the Ronald McDonald House because what if I need it? Nobody ever says that.
Yeah.
But when they need it, we are here for those families. And we have celebrated everything during normal times. We celebrate, and even during COVID, we've celebrated Christmas, and we've had our Thanksgiving, and we've had other holidays and birthdays and other things that we just do to create that sense of normalcy for these families.
We want to remind you, this is virtual, but we're all in this together, and we really want to see what you're doing this morning. So share your pictures, take a picture, a video, let us know what you're doing out there today. All doing great work.
And Alex, thank you again for giving up part of your Saturday to come hang out with me. Kevin has done this event with me for too many years to count. But Kevin, while you're off in Alaska, I replaced you. And I found out Alex is a local guy whose mom's a teacher, and we all know the house has a very special place with our Running for the House program with teachers here locally.
Yeah, again, this is what I love about what we're doing today, because not only do we have so many people, so many partners across Kern County participating today, but not only are they participating and raising money, they're raising money for the Bakersfield Ronald McDonald House. Not one penny is going outside this county. Not 1 cent. That's hard to find sometimes these days.
And our friend Jim Darling poked his head in here a few minutes ago just to say hi. And I am forever indebted for Jim, because when those McDonald's owners in 2008 decided they wanted to build a Ronald McDonald House, Jim came to me and said I was the perfect person to help lead this organization. So it's been an honor and a privilege to do so for the last 13 years, and I'm not going anywhere anytime soon.
Yeah, we've got a lot of work to do still. Thank you so much for spending some of your morning with us. We've had a lot of fun. We hope you have as well. And keep walking for those kids here in Kern County.
Thank you.